What's going on, guys? Welcome to this 4-part series where I'm going to be talking about my holistic growth coaching. Really excited to be here to talk to you all about it. Thank you for tuning in. This is a big series for me because I'm finally stepping into this role. I've been waiting a long time to do this. I've been planning, I've been promoting, and I've been meeting with people, been talking to people about this coaching thing and really trying to make sense of it. I've invested in it, and so I'm fully here to talk to you all about it. So let's get started. Thank you for being here. Number one, in this first part, we're going to talk about what is a holistic growth coach and my journey to becoming one, to realizing that I want to be a coach. So I guess the first place we'll start is I want to tell the story of my growth journey, like how I came to this moment where I want to actually be a coach. And it's been a long time coming because I guess for me, I don't know, I never really saw myself being a coach back then. I never saw myself being in a position to help others with their own journey because I didn't even know what journey I was on. I don't think I was even on a growth journey at a certain point in my life, up until a certain point. So up until about like end of 2019, I would say, my life was just regular, like go to school, get decent grades, not really know what I want to do with my life. Then I graduated, got a decent job, not really in my field that I graduated from, but I got a good paying job and kind of got comfortable at the job. And I remember one person at my workplace, he said to me, he's like, Tex, make sure you don't just like stay here forever because you're going to blink and then you're just going to be 35 years old and that's it. And I was thinking like, well, I don't want to be here forever, like just at the same job, because how much am I really going to enjoy it? It's the same thing every day. So I don't know, my life kind of felt like it was going in circles, kind of felt repetitive, kind of felt like I wasn't really headed anywhere that's worth going, like that's worth achieving. Didn't really feel any amount of success or I guess extreme like passion, productivity. I didn't feel any of that. I was just kind of going through the motions. And that was all the way until I was like 25 almost. So yeah, that being said, that's where I kind of came from. You know, I was doing drugs, like misusing drugs. I was in relationships that I shouldn't have been in, that I just didn't want to be in. I just wasn't nurturing those. I wasn't really taking care of myself in a certain way, like my health. I didn't really, I didn't really prioritize it. So I don't know, I wasn't really headed anywhere that I wanted to be, you know? And so when I look back, I'm grateful because I'm here now and I'm able to feel like I'm in a position to help and support others. But yeah, I didn't come from a place that's like amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like we all have our past and where we came from to get to this point. So that's kind of a little bit into my background. And I guess for me, the first moment where I started like growing in any capacity, really where I challenged myself, was when I started monthly challenges. So I want to shout out Lauren. Thank you so much for giving me this idea of the monthly challenge. It was all the way September 2019. It was no sip, no smoke September. So for 30 days, can't drink alcohol, can't smoke cannabis. And I mean, I started that challenge. I did it. It was fine. But then it made me want to do another challenge. So I tried no caffeine October the next month. And again, that challenge was tough because I love coffee. Been drinking coffee for years. But I tried it, successful, and I just kept doing monthly challenges. And I really liked the feeling of challenging myself. It felt good to be able to push through that kind of obstacle. And at the same time in my life, guys, I had mentors. I had 3 mentors. They were good friends of mine, but they were actually mentoring me at the same time. So I had one mentor for the mind. Shout out Rinder. He was teaching me things about business, mindset. These perspectives still stick with me to this day. And I also had Ryan in my life, shout out Ryan, who we were working out together. And I was starting to take fitness and lifting seriously. I'd never taken it seriously growing up. I played competitive soccer, never cared about lifting weights, never really cared about my body until I went to the gym with him and he started giving me, again, mindsets, perspectives about the body. And then I was also learning about the soul as well, right? I was learning about perspectives on energy, healing, spirituality by Hazel. Shout out Hazel, aka Project Antiporta, on Instagram. So that being said, I didn't realize this, but at the end of 2019, I had 3 different mentors in 3 different areas of my life: mind, body, and soul. And then I wanted to make I don't know, I was listening to a lot of podcasts at the time. I was reading more, and I just had the idea of, okay, let me just make a podcast. Let's see what happens. And I planned it out. Like, I was really intensely planning it out, talking to people about it, doing all I could to prepare. And so that was kind of the beginning of this journey. I had no idea I'd be on still to this day. But that's where, for me, it started from, is being able to grow in those 3 areas: mind, body, and soul. And so that's why today, as I am a holistic growth coach, that's why I focus on these 3 areas. Because when I look back at my life so far, they helped me, right? So that's a little bit about my background, my story, into why I'm doing this now. But really, anyone could be a coach. Like, I think coaching is one of those things where the bar to entry is very low. You can just put on your Instagram bio, coach, and that's it. You're a coach. You don't need a degree or a program. You don't need anything to excel as a coach. You can just say you are, and that's it. You are, right? It's kind of like being an entrepreneur. It's like you just say you are, and boom, I guess you are, right? At the end of the day, your results really show. And yeah, so it's something I guess I realized I like doing. I love teaching people, but I like more like a one-on-one style teaching, to be honest, to help people. Like, I'm like a one-on-one type person. I've actually done coaching before, like soccer coaching for kids. And I don't know, yeah, I love psychology. I took psychology at school. So I feel like talking, supporting, helping people is something I naturally like to do. And I never really saw myself going into like therapy after doing like a psychology program at York. I never saw myself going that route, just personally. I've always wanted to kind of work on my own stuff, my own business kind of thing. And so coaching to me seemed like a way to go. And so that's kind of why I'm leaning towards this. And I think there are differences between like a coach. Like I mentioned, I had mentors, right? Mentors are different from coaches because mentors don't really work like directly. They don't actually directly help you. You can have a mentor in something, but you can never know them. They don't have to personally tell you what they're doing. You just look at what they're doing and try to emulate their movements, their mindset, their perspectives. You just try to emulate them. A coach, on the other hand, you actually work with. It's more a direct thing. It's more a one-on-one thing. And coaches often will be in a place that you want to be. They'll have got to where you want to be. I always use this analogy, guys, where, a coach is like how you get to your goal faster, like exponentially faster. So I use this example. So, you go to the grocery store and let's say you want to find peanut butter. This grocery store, you've never been to this grocery store, but you want to find some peanut butter. You could go up and down all the aisles, but it would take you like 5 minutes to find the peanut butter. Or you could go up to somebody that literally works there and ask them where the peanut butter is. They'll take you to it in 20 seconds. So a coach is like the person in the grocery store who knows where everything is, because they're going to take you right to it and save you so much time and effort. So for me, that's what I want to do for other people. Again, it's different from a mentor because mentors you don't have to necessarily talk to or work with. Teachers, on the other hand, teachers work with groups more often, and they don't have to actually like live by the material. They just have to know what they're teaching and teach it. It's more general. It's more group focused. So for me, being a coach makes the most sense for me, and I'm investing so much time, energy, even money into learning how to be one. So that's where I'm at right now with it. I have a few clients that I put through my first program, which I'm going to talk about in a few next videos of this series. But at the end of the day, the goal with my coaching, what is the actual goal of what I'm doing? The number one thing is I want to make sure, number one is I want to prepare clients with sustainability. So that's what a holistic growth coach is. Like, that's what I define myself as. I know holistic growth coach is not really common, right? It's just kind of more different. Maybe it's more niche, but yeah, I want to make sure I help my clients create sustainable methods of growth through the mind, body, and soul. Because when you finish a program of coaching with me, you're going to have these tools with you. So even when you're going through life and life gets tough, you don't have to take 100 steps backwards and feel like you're moving backwards in life. You'll have these steps in place, these methods, these tools in place where you can always grow. Even if it's just 1% every day, 1% every year, you'll always be moving forward. Because I feel like for me, I've been lucky enough to say that for myself. I've had slip-ups, I've had setbacks, I've had these things in my life in the past few years, but I still feel like I'm moving forward. And that's because I focus on the mind, body, and soul. I try to focus on those every day. I make sure I do things to nurture those different parts of myself. And that's what I want to help you guys do too. So I hope you're excited for, this coaching. I think a lot of people need it. I think a lot of people would benefit from it, me included. And so in the next 3 parts of this series, I'm going to talk about, on the next episode, I'm going to talk about how to get a free vibe assessment. The vibe assessment is where we're going to actually objectively look at your life, where it is now in terms of your growth journey, and how we can kind of work on that. How can you work on that? And if we can work together, like we kind of figure out, are you able to be coached by me? Am I able to coach you? Do we have that kind of compatibility? Can we work together possibly? So the vibe assessment is just an opportunity for you to figure that out. And then the next episode is going to be about, let's start growing. It's going to be about my program details, what I offer in my coaching program. So stay tuned to that. And the last episode is going to be, you're going to hear client testimonials. You're going to hear my clients that I've been coaching. You're going to hear how they enjoyed the program, how they've learned from it, what they've achieved, kind of success stories, what they've learned. And yeah, I want you to hear from those people as well. So that's the rest of this 4-part series. Hope you enjoyed this first episode. I hope you learned something. Make sure you share with a friend who you think would enjoy maybe this coaching. Maybe you think they need the opportunity to grow. Maybe you need it yourself. So yeah, thank you for being here. Get ready for the next one, and I'll see you next time. All right, peace.